Stock photography doesn't always feel 100% fulfilling, especially when you see some of your royalties come in at 10 cents a pop. For the hours that you've possibly been putting in to taking the photograph or creating the image, filling the admin side of the stock contributor submissions and check the upload, it doesn't feel quite like an equivalent remuneration for your effort. That's not quite fair though. Stock photography is predominantly a numbers game, so having lots of submissions uploaded. Each image could also be downloaded an unlimited number of times too, so you just need repeat downloads. And you really want these submissions to be evergreen and lasting for years. In addition to the stock contributions I was making to Shutterstock, I also decided to contribute to Adobe stock too, for some reason unknown to me, about 2 years after I'd started on Shutterstock. I really should have started the Adobe sooner. As a recap, I earned around $440 in 5 years from 560 downloads on Shutterstock, and they started rolling in from around January 17. This compares to around $340 on Adobe stock, or about 250 £, which is actually what shows up in my dashboard as I'm from the UK, and I've been getting royalties from the Adobe stock account from roughly around February 2019, so a much shorter time, approximately half the duration of the Shutterstock account. Overlay Shutterstock earnings with the Adobe stock earnings, and you can see that from here onwards, Adobe stock in the orange colour has been outperforming Shutterstock. Some quarters admittedly only have a small difference between the two platforms, but in others, Adobe stock is over double that of Shutterstock, so Adobe is doing rather well for me. But why is this? Well, it's actually not the images, as I've got the same images on Adobe as I do on Shutterstock. In fact, I actually have less stock on Adobe. In my previous earnings video, I showed the computer-aided engineering images are what make up the bulk of my earnings. And it's the same story here, where I had just 17 of the 297 downloads, and these were from the non-engineering CAE images. Looking at the engineering images in further detail shows an interesting fact that over 73% of the downloads come from just 20% of the images. This shows some evidence that the Pareto principle is cropping up again. The most downloaded image I have on Adobe really sticks out at 77 downloads. Remember, my total downloads is around the 300 mark. Looking at the average earning per download gives an interesting difference between Shutterstock and Adobe, where Shutterstock yields 81 cents per download compared to $1.14 from that of Adobe. So with all that in mind, which I've just shared with you, you might be asking me which platform that I would rate better. Truth is, I like them both, but on balance it tips slightly in Adobe's favour, having a higher earning per download, and Adobe has a lower payout setting with PayPal. But possibly the most interesting aspect is that Adobe awarded me with a 1-year-long plan for one of their apps simply because I got over 150 downloads in a calendar year. So calendar year 2020. That's genuinely brilliant. I absolutely love that. I use the Adobe apps for videos and pictures, so it nests really well for me. The advantage Shutterstock has over Adobe for me is that Shutterstock has better analytics on the contributor page, and you can see more easily how different categories are doing. An in-depth analysis between the two platforms is not really so important though. I now upload all my images to both sites, because why not? It's double the exposure, and not having your image on the other site may mean you lose out on sales. As I say though, I'm very aware that I should have these on other sites too, so I'm failing a little bit here. Something I really need to get my act together on. I hope that's helped. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.